By now you've probably heard about the ransom held over the heads of Disney by the real pirates, the nerds of the internet. Which incidentally is the proposed name of the 6th Pirates film. They're really out of ideas. Now I don't know all the details, how much they're asking for, if they're actually going to release Dead Men Tell No Tales early, but let me get this straight. You think Disney, one of the wealthiest, most powerful companies in the world, a company that can buy properties like Marvel and Star Wars like they were nothing, a company that nets billions of dollars every year, is afraid of a little extortion? Good luck. Ironic that I paraphrased a profitable superhero property that Disney doesn't own. That's because Disney practically wrote the book on profitable filmmaking. They made Marvel unstoppable. They made you forget the Star Wars prequels, which is no easy feat. And they even created the cinematic universe model, of which every studio is now trying to emulate. Plus, they're the only studio I know that can make the exact same movie twice and still everybody will go see it. Disney has been doing this for decades, and that is simply they create a brand. My point is, a lot of people question why even bother making a 4th or 5th Pirates movie, but the fact is, we all know the answer. Johnny Depp's alimony. No, the fact is that he and Disney created an icon, and therefore we'll always go see him because we're a sucker for Disney icons. But he also proved that in On Stranger Tides, even with Jeffrey Rush and replacement Orlando Bloom, he wasn't enough. He couldn't pull off a movie all on his own. This really proved to me that the characters of Will Turner and Elizabeth Swann were key to the franchise just as much as Jack. In fact, it was the chemistry between the 3 characters that really drove the first 3 stories, not just Jack alone. So how will Disney fix this? Yes, you saw it in the trailers. Will comes back just for an appearance. But they also brought in another replacement, Orlando Bloom. But this time he's 60% more bloomier, and that's not only because actor Brenton Thwaites bears a striking resemblance to Orlando Bloom, but he's playing Henry Turner. That's right, the son of Elizabeth and William. And much like his father, Henry tries to be a respectable member of society, but just can't help himself. He gives in to his pirate heritage, goes on an adventure, and has to retain the services of one Captain Jack Sparrow. Why? To save a loved one. Oh, that previously mentioned step in the Disney formula. What do I mean by that? Well, a lot of fans of The Force Awakens noticed a stark similarity between that chapter and A New Hope. And the same can be said for Dead Men Tell No Tales and Curse of the Black Pearl. They're a very similar story, which tells me that Disney is not really taking any chances in terms of the story they wrote. But it still works. That continues with the other characters as well. Our female lead, Carina, played by actress Kaya Scodelario, is a woman of science, a strong-willed woman who doesn't accept a woman's role in that society. And so she has to join a band of pirates to get what she wants. Sounds a lot like Elizabeth, doesn't it? And as you'd expect, there's a love story between Henry and Carina, which is a little weird considering how much Carina is like his mother. I personally didn't know Oedipus was a pirate. Carina also holds a secret about her heritage. Now, of course, I won't give anything away, but much like Force Awakens, it would seem that Disney has a tough time with new characters, and therefore has to make everybody related. Everyone in a galaxy far, far away is either a Skywalker or a Solo. And everyone in the Caribbean is either a Turner or a... no, I won't spoil it, but let's just say they're like a small town in Alabama. Thousands of people, 4 last names. One character archetype that I did think worked was Javier Bardem's Captain Salazar. Now, most of the previous undead, sinister Captain Pirates were pretty much interchangeable and generic, but I felt that Bardem's performance brought enough flavor to this role to make him more than just a generic antagonist. With previous pirate films, I've also always praised the character design and computer animation of the crew, whether it was the original skeleton crew, the fish people, or now Salazar's ghost pirates. They're always a lot of fun to watch. Salazar especially was really well executed. The sparks from the embers in his hair, the black tar that oozed from his mouth, the way his hair and robes flowed like he was still drowning. You couple those effects with an actor who really knows how to play sinister like Bardem, and you've got the For the Win. But I can easily see how some people would just consider him another generic, interchangeable evil pirate. But if you want generic villains, well, look no further than David Wenham's Scarfield, yet another British sailor who wants to harness a magical mythical power to eliminate the pirate infestation. The role was such a waste of time and David Wenham's talent. And with his role in Iron Fist, let's just hope he doesn't make this kind of villain a habit. That really is the crux of Pirates 5. It's familiar. Now, that may or may not be what you're looking for, but don't fool yourself. Like I mentioned before, Disney really doesn't take any chances with this movie. I mean, Paul McCartney, who has a cute but unnecessary cameo, even looks exactly like Ian McShane did in the last Pirates movie. I will say that while there are tons of aspects that you clearly expect, there are also the aspects that you want to see in a Pirates movie. The over-the-top action, the levity, the amazing musical score. However, there are still some surprises, and the ending to this film actually gave me chills. Not the climax, the conclusion. And that's what this film should be, a true conclusion. They wrapped it up beautifully. The legacy of this franchise has been concluded. And of course, I've heard conflicting reports that Disney may in fact not make this the last chapter and are toying with the idea of a Pirates 6. I say, Disney, don't. You wrapped it up beautifully. It is significantly better than the last Pirates movie, and it is, and earn it. Leave it alone. Poll question, who is your favorite Disney villain? As always, leave your answers in the comment section below. But until next time, school's out. Hey Real students, thanks for watching. If you want to subscribe to Real School, click that round Real School logo right beside me. Also click that damn notification bell so you're aware of all of Real School's new content. You can follow me on Twitter, and of course, if you get anything out of Real School, you can always give a little back. Just click the link in the description below or the button down there, and you can become part of my Patreon team.